Hey guys, the Kamsh here. Lately I've been doing a lot of constructed and strategic based content, and I'm probably going to do even a lot more of that in the future. So today I wanted to do something a little bit fun since I'll be doing a lot of more constructed based stuff. So we're going to do an arena, but we're going to do it a little bit differently. This is something Crip likes to do a lot on stream. We're going to pick the worst class possible, and we're going to pick the worst card possible in every pick, and then we're going to see how far we can go with that. So it's just something a lot more fun and lighthearted just today, since I'll be doing a lot more strategic-based content in the future. So let's go ahead and jump in. And again, our goal here is to pick the worst class and then the worst cards. So Warrior is probably one of the worst arena classes since the Hero Power doesn't affect the board at all. So we're going to go ahead and go with Warrior here. Argus and Kodo, both pretty good, can get value, so we're going to take the Mana Addict. These cards are all not fantastic. Mana Right's probably the worst one, just because it can also hurt ourselves. This is fine-ish, because it provides card advantage in a class where we don't have a lot of ways to get that, other than weapons. And then Swordsmith, I guess, can be okay-ish, since it trades with 1/1s. So we'd probably take Mana Right. I think an argument could be made for Swordsmith, though. Here we'll just take the Web Lord, because Squire can trade up with some things and it's mana efficient, and then Farseer is also good with stats, so we'll just take the Web Lord. Easy Footman, the other two cards just aren't as awful. Here we probably take Patriarch. Cogmaster's like pretty bad if we don't get any mechs, but Patriarch's just a strictly worse card, so we'll go ahead and take the Patriarch. These cards are... Unstable Ghoul is probably the worst one, because it's a 1/3, and War Axe is clearly the best. You always want a War Axe in Arena, which is why we can't take it. And then Bomber is just decent stats, and then gets board advantage potentially if you don't have any other creatures and your opponent does, so it's probably a Ghoul. Here we probably take the Clockwork Gnome, just because it's a 1-drop and it has 1 health, so it's less impactful, whereas the 4-drop and the Mech Warper actually do things, so go ahead and take the Clockwork Gnome. Execute's very good removal, especially when we have a lot of like tiny, awful creatures. And Farseer's pretty efficient. Dragonkin Sorcerer isn't awful though, like it's a 3/5 for 4 with potential upside, although we're probably not going to get to target it. I guess we're good with a spare part. So this is actually a pretty hard pick. I think probably the Farseer might actually be worse. Especially for our curve, because this is late game and we kind of need late game, so Farseer is probably going to be worse for us here. Oh, again, pretty solid. So again, Execute's really good. Taskmaster is also pretty good. Like these are some hard worst picks. Taskmaster can buff some like smaller minions, help us straight up. It's just so like has so much utility. But Ogre's a 3-mana 4/4. Even though it has downside, it's like very strong. So this is a pretty hard pick. I guess probably Ogre. Oh wow. See, this is really hard. We keep getting all these good cards. This would have been a great arena if we actually tried. So Sylvanas is really good in arena. Most people don't have like polymorphs or silences, so it's probably the best one of these. Karn also gets a lot of value. Each of these are going to get value, but I think Hogger is the easiest for our opponent to deal with. So we're going to go ahead and take the Hogger. A lot of these cards aren't fantastic, but the Murloc Tidecaller is just so unimpactful that we'll go ahead and take that. Deathlord can be not completely awful, even though it's inherently card disadvantage. And Screwjack Clunker, we have a mech, and it's a 2/5. So we'll go ahead and take the Murloc. We have to take another Murloc here. Loot Hoarder just cycles, so it's not like awful. But like Turtle and Gurubashi aren't super awful either. I guess maybe the Turtle is the worst. Actually, it's probably Loot Hoarder. It's just so unimpactful, even though it cycles. Here, Easy Hungry Crab. Probably Inner Rage here is the least impactful card, so we'll go ahead and take that. Stone Skin Gargoyle is by far worse than these two. Golem and Healbot are actually really good, but so is Cleave. I think we probably just... We have a lot of armor, so we don't care as much about healing, so the fact that this is such a weak body for 5 mana probably makes it worse than a removal spell and a really solid early game creature, so we'll take the heal bot. And again, some of these worst picks might be wrong. Like, there might be other worse cards. It's pretty actually hard to do this. A lot harder than I thought. Go ahead and take the Razor Fin here, because this can get bigger, and then this probably just has bigger stats. Like, we're not going to get any dragons, so it's going to be a 3-mana 2/4. And while this is a 3/4 worth of stats, the 1/1s usually get, like, going to get pinged off or killed. And there's the possibility that we end up taking, like, a really bad dragon. Actually, I guess we'd probably take the Blackwing Tech instead of the Razor Fin. Let's go ahead and do that. The 2/3s are really good, so probably the Axe Flinger is the worst for its mana cost. Easy target dummy. Probably easy Tauren. Stone Dust Boar is probably actually... Yeah, it's better than Shield Bearer. Shield Bearer is pretty bad. Rampage is going to be the worst one here, since the other two are really good mechs. Another Shield Bearer. Probably just another Blackwing Tech. Corehound gives us late game, so it's probably fine. And Yeti's just good, so just another Blackwing Tech. Another Stone Skin Gargoyle. Flying Machine here. Sassy Deckhand is actually worse because we don't have any weapons. So Sassy Deckhand here is actually worse than Workin, so we're going to take that. Another Murloc. Do we have any? We have a couple spells, right? So Gadgetzin, like, we have 2 spells. And Gadgetzin is a 4/4. Jeeves could potentially have upside, so I guess we just take the Swordsmith. Alright, that was the draft. Now we're going to go ahead and jump into some games.